a discussion.
Okay, I'm not too sure. I think Ryan is at home.
Yeah, Ryan's doing something.
Yeah.
Anyways,
see if Jimmy's gonna come
yeah, see if there. But let's see if I can get a source in. Because I'll need this for... So, welcome everyone. Thank you very much for joining us, for those out there. This is a very, very belated... Oh god, what's happening there? Very belated podcast, so thank you very much. I have with me Mr. EJ star. EJ, tell us about yourself, my good.
Yeah, so I used to play the game I started in 2014 or around when MT5 came out. I had a bit of reputation, good and bad. So, I was bad at first, bit cocky, bit arrogant. I redeemed myself by being good at the game and then learning respect and learning how to interact with the community in a respectful manner. And where people started to like me, I played more, I got good at the game, and then there was a point in my life where I had to quit the game cold turkey because, life gets in the way. And then I took a break, and then now I stayed in the community to, just keep up to date. And then now I came back because 6.0 came out because there are so many new features and, curiosity kills the cat, and I wanted to see what it is. And, it's good to catch up with some friends. Like, I've known Mikey since probably near the beginning of when I first started, and I barely get to talk to him because I don't get to see him all the time. And MT is more of a social platform for me, and it's a lot of things. Wouldn't you agree, Mikey?
Yeah, it's a lot of things. Life mostly.
Correct.
But as you can see, the reason why we are here is because we have an alleged post coming from Bandai Namco. I'm seeing if I can put some... like... No. Stuffed it up. There we go. So essentially what we've got is a email from Bandai Namco Amusement stating for you. Let me see if I can zoom.
Is there a way to right click and then open a new tab?
Also, as in like...
I'm a boomer when it comes to Twitter, so I'm just going to take a look.
Oh, sorry. You mean just click in directly. There we go.
And then open image and new tab.
Yep. So let's just get this a bit smaller for everyone.
Yep.
Right. So here we are. Oh. So we have here what appears to be allegedly something from Bandai Namco. And I'll read it out to everyone at home. Dear valued customer, this is from Bandai Namco Amusement Inc. for Wangan Midnight Maximum Tune. Caution to unnatural rank up by intended method. Say, thank you for your continued support for Wangan Midnight Maximum Tune. We have recently confirmed that some players have unnatural rank up by our unintended methods. The player's rank goes up faster than we expect from the number of their gameplay. This method may cause damage to the game, which will affect the game operation. It may also reduce other players' motivation and lead to decline in revenue. We would like to ask each store to manage the game machines and online equipment well to prevent these actions. Please warn players that they do not touch and access the following equipment. Switch on or off the game machine, including test mode switch, connect and disconnect of the LAN cable. We will modify the software to prevent this unnatural rank up. We may take action against the players and the car with those things occurring. The same caution notice will be posted on the official website. I appreciate your cooperation. Bandai Namco Amusement, blah blah blah. It's Justin. Good afternoon, Kings. Crescent Store. Evening, boys. I can't look at this without laughing. Reluna Gamer. English 100. I know I'm really bad at this. So, essentially what we've got here is a declaration from Bandai Namco saying, hey, what's going on? Now, I haven't gone to this Wangan Midnight Maximum Tunes 6R. Is it 6R or 6R?
6RR now.
So let's go in, let's have a look, see what's going on. Right. Like to go to Oceanic Australia. That's a lot of purple. Jesus Christ. G'day, Reluna. Bandai Namco. Bam. Okay, let's have a look if they've got any, like, information about it. Right. Navi scratch off item, fixed, displaying incorrect results. Update, scratch off, launch. So we don't have anything here in the news. So let's just go one by one, right? So we've got the Navi scratch off. So these are the things you can get in the navigation scratch off. Right? Don't care about that. We've got fixed about displaying incorrect results. Maybe this is it. Blah, 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 blah. Ranking results. Blah, 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 blah. Well, that's got nothing to do with rank. Update. Added data online event for these particular things. That's it. Okay. Limited car event, scratch off items, it launches. So there's nothing on this website that is saying anything to do with problematic leveling up. Now, I've only really looked at this very quickly, but to me it appears that there's nothing. Have a look at update. Hashtag update. Nope. Hashtag news. Nope. So what if we go WMT 6RR rank up. Good. No. No, nothing. So clearly this hasn't surfaced anywhere, right? Now, I assume that it only has January 2020. It doesn't have a date here. So coming from someone that has a little bit of a business background, and I'm sure that yourself, EJ, you're a bit of a business entrepreneur. Looking at the particular date here, which is kind of cut off by my logo, and I'll piss this off in a sec. So it just says January 2020, right? So there's nothing there saying when this actually was dated. It just says January 2020. One of the things that I'll also have a look at is the fact that there's no letterhead. So a lot of the stuff that I've seen with Bandai Namco stuff, and especially Bandai Namco Entertainment, they generally have, they plaster their documentation with their own stuff, yeah? The Bandai Namco Holdings, it'll have, you know, a lot of their dates and stuff on that. That's fine. It'll also have where they're located. If we look over here, these are the areas in which Bandai Namco operate. So you can see here, Bandai Entertainment, Bandai Namco Studios, Bandai Namco Online, Research Incorporated, Nexus, and Network Services. So this is just an introduction on what Bandai Namco Amusements is. And a lot of it is literally in Japanese. So it's unfortunate that we don't have anything for Bandai Namco Amusement. One of the things that I'll also note is that this is a document from Bandai Namco Amusements. It has the date in Japanese, and this was 2021-27. So it was literally a couple of days ago. This announcement is pretty much for rental machines. So you can rent Gachapon machines, and it has basic terms and services of that and how you can be a part of that, right? But considering that this was only a couple of days and it was coming from Bandai Namco Amusements, which, by the way, Bandai Namco Amusements only deals with Japanese and Japanese arcade machines, right? If you have
Correct.
a look at the actual website, it's all in Japanese. So I kind of worry with the validity of this particular document. This is the organization chart. So you have Bandai Namco Holdings, which is the Bandai Namco head parent company. You've got Bandai Namco Entertainment, which is your digital business platforms, your toy and hobby business, which is Bandai Namco Limited. The IP unit, so Bandai Namco Arts and Sunrise, which does a lot of the anime. And then you've got the amusement units, which are obviously arcades and whatnot. So, g'day, anime fan. Anyways, so that's how that fits in. Now, if we go back to the original document that we have, it just has Bandai Namco Amusement Inc., which, sure, like I agree, and that's fine. And then if we go to the document here, it's Bandai Namco Amusement. Notice that they have their website and the URL linked and all that stuff. So it makes me question whether or not this is actually a legitimate thing. When we go into analyzing this particular document, extract into what's behind it, it all seems pretty legit. But the biggest thing here is that the page area specifically is not is not a document per se, in that it's too wide. Right? When you have a look at all the other documents, the documents themselves are quite deep length, whereas this particular document itself is quite bare. A lot of English problems in here, so that causes that validity to fall through. Right? If we have a look at the analysis here, we can have a look specifically at when we had a look at this. So that was today. Yeah. ELA here. It looks at just structured hidden pixels, whether or not there are any hidden pixels in this particular document, which there no. You've got your metadata here. Now this metadata here is actually quite interesting when I had a look at it. One thing that I'll note is that it's a PNG type. Sure, that's fine. No dramas because I downloaded it and pulled it. Its profile time and date is 2018. So what that means is that the way that this document was created is using a platform that was originally had a profile date, or otherwise, how do I explain it in like engineering terms? You could probably call it like a creation or update date for this particular system in which it used to create this document. Now, considering that it's 2018, it's like almost 4 years old, I kind of I do not believe that this was originally Bandai. The device manufacturer, again, it's unknown. So, you know, using Bandai Namco stuff, they would have at least MacBooks. So you'd be able to use Adobe, right? How this document just doesn't have credibility. You can see here that the width and height are not within the same perspectives as the dimensions of a particular document. So if you look at like this document here, it's a single page is quite deep. It's almost, you know, 1.5 times deeper there. But with this particular document, it's almost a square. So you're kind of wondering, you know, why is this set the way it is? Right? Further analysis on this is like the way that they, the way that the English comes off. We may take actions against the player and the car, so it doesn't give it a business term. It doesn't go against the violated data. Looking at it from a data perspective, because it's manipulating data and whatnot, it wouldn't say against the player and the car. It would just have against the data or the data holder. Again, they probably wouldn't even mention this. It may reduce other players' motivation and lead to a decline in revenue. Like Bandai Namco probably wouldn't look at that. They would probably just say, which leads to a decline in revenue for your venue, or even just even just state, it directly interrupts the state flow of game and can lead to corruption. So, you know, coming from Bandai Namco, it kind of doesn't appear that they have properly put this into like a business perspective, business case, which is kind of, again, worrying to see in terms of analyzing if this is a particular document. One thing that I will note, and probably something that you've noticed, is that there's a DXMT watermark on this. Now, considering that Bandai Namco and Nintendo love to smash people with copyright infringement notices on intellectual property, this here makes me feel like this is a massive plagiarism, because no one in their right mind would put their branding over a document. Like here, I'm doing it as a Creative Commons. I'm doing this within my post, blah, 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 blah. Hey, if Bandai Namco come after me and say you shouldn't use this, I'll be like, you know what? That's great. You can take all of my, 10 cents I make, a month with it, right? Take it. I'm just doing some content creation with this. However, if this is your document, please come forward and state that. I'd more than love to clear the air with you, right? But considering that there's no letterhead up here that usually would have Bandai Amusements, there's no proper date here, there's no proper website or affiliate link to go, this is where you should go, http blah 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 blah. And here, global sales team. It probably wouldn't have global sales team. It would more than likely come from their gaming division or otherwise. So it's kind of really off-putting that someone didn't sign off on this, nor was like the original email from Bandai Namco sent in relation to this. So considering that, like, it's come from him on January 31 at 7:43 p.m. My biggest problem and biggest gripe with this particular post, alleging that this is true, alleging that this here is true, he's taken a document that was intended for the use of time zone or whatever, because I know he works at Time Zone Australia. That's for his gaming company or his venue, his employee, and has posted this intellectual property or warning out into the public, is a very big violation of corporate rules. Now, I work for like an IT company. Number one rule is whatever you see is for your eyes only, and you should not broadcast this to anyone. Straight up. Just if you're working on something or you see something, don't spread it. Even if it's game breaking, even if it's problematic, you're entrusted with your employer and clients with this document and information, and like be an employee, be a person rather than a shithead. Allegedly.
I can also second and confirm that. So a little bit about myself is I work in a financial industry, and when baking is like, when we work there, we have things that are confidential and things that come through via email. We would, if it has a tag, if it's like confidential or like internal use only, we're not allowed to share it with the world, even if it's like like my best friend or even someone from another department that has nothing to do with it. It's what we call a data breach or a privacy breach, and they take it pretty seriously.
Yep, that's right. And data breaches can happen in all sorts of ways. Even a lot of insider trading, that is a technical class of data breach. So the biggest thing that the biggest problem I have with this is not in the invalidity or of this document itself. It's the fact that it's actually come out from what it should have been, an official email coming from Bandai Namco to a game center, and he's taken that and he's posted it on his YouTube, which I don't think Time Zone Australia or Time Zone or any gaming company would be happy with be honest, and slapping his logo on top of that, provided that it is Bandai Namco official, like, I'd be very worried. Like, he kind of just put a massive target on you and said, hey, here's my calling card, and you could probably find everything you know about me within the game and just delete it, right? So just based on that, and based on pretty much how Bandai Namco have made this particular press release, right? You've got none of this Bandai Namco amusement. The spacing and the dimensions are all messed up. Yeah, I worry about this particular document, but that doesn't come. So that's its own issue, right? That's its own issue in terms of what the problem is. Now, the reason why this is a problem is because there is a method in which you can level up your game fast, or rather your rank fast. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a little bit more depth, but let's just go to the comments. Reluna Gaming, text alignment is giving me OCD. Yeah, me too. WMMT X Australia. True, I find the watermarker weird. Yuri Sora, banner banning. It's Justin from the future. Bandai Namco Amusement isn't a Japanese only company, isn't it? Yes, it is. So it doesn't do anything. It deals with a lot of Japanese stuff, and one of the reasons for this is because Bandai Namco Amusement is primarily held in Japanese, right? And so everything that you see here is in Japanese, and I've translated it, and what I can do is just untranslate, right? And all the news that comes from Bandai Namco Amusement is for their amusement parks and their amusement centers within Japan itself. If you've ever been to Japan, Bandai Namco is an absolute fucking juggernaut. It is massive. Don't fuck with them, right? They are huge. Like, you think Crown Casino is huge, or the Crown Entertainment, or Crown whatever it is huge. Like, these guys shit on Crown. Like, they are in the pockets of everywhere. They are in buildings. They're everywhere. Don't fuck with them, right? And as soon as you start fucking with them, you start, you know, getting into bad areas. They own fucking Gundam, for God's sake. How many TV shows are, you know, Bandai Namco? Or, you know, how many games do you know are Bandai Namco? Right? Just fucking hell. So you'd assume that Bandai Namco themselves are Japanese. And yeah, you know, you'd be quite right. Let's go to Inquiry. If it decides to load up on my potato over PC.
God bless Australian internet.
FAQs, all in Japanese. So how do we want, do we want to go to an amusement spot anywhere in Japan? Amusement machines. So click here for arcade products, blah, 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 blah. Namco Parks. You've got media personnel. You've got Net, Crane Mall, Terumo. So we're going to go to amusement machines. Let's do that. So amusement machines, let's go to arcade products. There's also Banner Passport. Well, let's, again, all in Japanese. These are all their games that they're featured. See, notice that it's 6R here, not 6RR. Gulf Maximum Tune, I want to change the name. So, considering that, well, let's just do a quick search. Bandai Namco Australia. Let's have a look. Bandai Namco AU, Bandai Namco Store, Bandai Namco Europe. I assume it'd probably be under Europe. No, because that's Bandai Namco Entertainment. Right. So there are not a lot of things to do with Bandai Namco. There's Bandai Namco Asia. We might be part of Asia. Bandai Namco Entertainment. Right, so entertainment deals with the gaming section. Now if I go, let's try .com.au. No. Obico. Not. We have a look at ABN Lookup, which is how you can find businesses in Australia. So they've got Bandai Namco Australia, Bandai Namco Europe, Bandai Namco Entertainment Australia, Bandai Namco Europe SAS. Yeah, okay. So again, no Bandai Namco Amusements. They've either got Entertainment Australia or Bandai Namco Australia, right? And this allows the trading businesses to work and operate in Australia. Let's have a look. What is this bolted onto? Records on the ASIC website. Here we go. So Bandai Namco Australia. So it's former names, Asia Holdings partner. So it's a security investment, proprietary limited by, yeah. So essentially speaking, Bandai Namco should be either Bandai Namco Australia or Bandai Namco Entertainment Australia. Let's have a look at Entertainment Australia. It is an Australian private company. Again, Bandai Namco Entertainment, Bandai Namco Games Australia, Namco Bandai, blah, 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 Info Games, Atari, Sega, Ozsoft. Okay, so yeah, they don't operate in Australia. So, sorry, they do operate in Australia, but Bandai Namco Amusements, so much. Right. Pretty much like where I'm gonna leave this. So this guy, Chantal Morley, works with Bandai Namco Australia. LinkedIn's also a really good thing, by the way. If you have LinkedIn, please let it out. So this person works with Bandai Namco Australia. Let's have a look. So yeah, okay. So there are like Bandai Namco stuff. We get into just literally, yep. So they don't have much of an online presence. So kind of seems backwards to be crusading against the rank up bug after baiting people to pay him to do it. I didn't actually hear about that. Did people pay him to do it? That would be correct. He offered services to do it, but has since retracted the statement, claiming that there's a way to bait people. Server did mention credit around it. Cool. So here's where the problem lies. That what is really going on here? You know, is this really true? Or is it just... But the crux to the problem here is that there is a game break that does detract from a legitimate way to actually level up the cars in games. Now, previously, if you've ever played Maximum Tune before, you know, 6, 6R, 5, ranking up was actually quite hard and difficult. I know that Mythstar created something to the effect of creating like a rank calculator to calculate you on where you are in terms of progress to the next rank, which was pretty cool. But looking at this, it completely shits on all. So great. I'm just wondering where the rest of the group are, because we were meant to have a...
I'll message Jimmy, but I think he was like tied up with work before.
Yeah, that's cool.
Adult
cool.
things.
Yeah, so just on a base analytics of this, I don't find And to be honest, it kind of throws it in the made the effort to get to that particular rank legitimately. And considering that Alan made his sort of name in ranking up his DVB to, what was it, Penta S, right?
Right.
Well, quote unquote legitimately, you know, as Australia's quote unquote first official legitimate Penta S. Yeah, it kind of is hard to take. It's just in time for the future. There's no hard evidence that is behind the suspicious new account spamming the technique line, but it points towards him strong. Yeah, so I don't really understand or really care about all these fake accounts doing it. I'm sure if he wants to, but you know, to be honest, the more he does it, or the more the people do it, the more that they create fuel in forensics for why North America has a tech. Oh wow, okay, cool. So it's actually creating fuel in forensics for police to go through. Now, what I expect here is that if Bandai Namco were actually really serious about this, you would actually could be charged here by manipulating with the machines, by glitching things out. Essentially what you're doing is you're obtaining a gain from the machine without actually paying for it. So each of the levels themselves would be forensically looked at, and then they could pinpoint into who you are, where you played, and then the rest of that. But also, if you're spreading this particular method away, the forensic behind that is that you're leaving an IP trail, you're leaving a login value, you're leaving all these sorts of things that investigators look at to get. And, you know, to be honest, if you're doing the whole thing, see it coming, awesome. NordVPN's really good. All these VPN sites are really good for, you know, choosing where you're coming from. So you can reroute your IP coming from Australia to Australia. Essentially what that does is that you can get shows and entertainment, all the rest of that, as if you're in America. The problem with that is that once they start figuring out where it's coming from, they can just ping it back and just be like, okay, well, you know, NordVPN, or we're going to subpoena, or otherwise, you know, against you, you need to. I don't like. I'm not into like the whole looking at stuff, but I'm pretty sure if NordVPN, you know, served a subpoena saying, hey, we have this, let me know who this person is, they'll turn around and say, well, you know, this person breaking up really badly. Oh no. Am I still breaking up? Maybe it's just I'm talking to. Am I? Yes, I am.
Here is that here.
I'll just lower it a bit. How's that? That should be fine. The threshold's lowered significantly, so hopefully you can hear everything. Good. Awesome. Yeah, so essentially speaking, like all these NordVPN stuff, any VPN service, when served a subpoena, to say, hey, hand over your shit or we'll shut you down, you're going to hand over your shit before they shut you down, because essentially you want to work with the authorities rather than not. And because if you don't, you're impeding justice. And if you're impeding justice, we all know what happens. The justice banhammer comes down swift and hard. That's if Bandai Namco decide to do more with this particular case. So thank you, Justin, for letting me know. I've turned it down. Sam ZXY, sorry, YZX. Mikey's podcast on ice. You should do more of these sometime. Yeah, look, it's finding time and content to do it. Like I'm really lacking in the whole like maxi tune department. Like, to be honest, look, I played the game. Jumped on, was like, this is going to be fucking fun. Boot up the game. Was like, yeah, it's going to be sick. Look at my car. I was like, oh, it's going to be fucking awesome. Start playing the game. I'm like, this is fucking boring as fuck. Jesus Christ. Like, there's, you know, there's the feedback from the steering wheel, and I get that. There's no clutch. You know, you don't get any feedback from the accelerator. The brake, like, is very, like, if you ever driven a car, sometimes, like, when you do the hard brakes, you can feel it. You know, you don't get the G-force, the lateral G-force, and all that stuff. Like, it's just boring as fuck. And I don't really enjoy playing the game as much anymore. It's probably because I don't play with anyone anymore. Because everyone else has, you know, decided to move on. But, you know, I do keep I do keep my eye on the game, seeing how it goes, and, you know, making sure that, you know, the world is not burning on fire like it is with the rest of the world. But, that's not to say that I'm never going to play Maxi Tune no more. I just have to find the time to do that. And, you know, the people to do that, and well, actually more it's the time, because I generally work weekends and whatnot, but I digress, and let's get back to the issue here. So I'm gonna go get a drink of water. I'm gonna hopefully wait for more people to come back on. I'll just chuck it on a quick break, and I'll leave you with this page. Have a look at it, chat, tell me what you think, tell me what I should be looking at. Let me know your opinions. I'm going to be back in a bit. And I'm back. DSMAU, goddamn washed up YouTuber. Yes, I know. I'm just an old man on my porch with a porch gun going, get the fuck off my lawn, you bitches. So, let's go through this again, because I'm wondering. Dear valued customer. I think there are so many, Justin from the future says, it's Justin from the future, it says, I think there's just so many facets to this story that it's hard to really get a good sense of what or why Alan is faking a document like this. Well, hang on, this is an alleged, we're taking this document as true, okay? Because we have no evidence other than contrary evidence to the fact that it's all circumstantial that it's not true, right? So, in Australia at least, we believe in innocent until proven guilty. So we're treating this document particularly as true until contrary, right? And until Bandai Namco Amusements Incorporated says that it's not, or otherwise any representative from Bandai Namco that says, hey, this is actually not a real document, like, what are you doing, right? But I digress, and let's just have a look at it. Let's continue to have a look. So let's take out the fact that we've spoken to that date. No header, no website, Wangan Midnight Maximum Tune. I'm surprised that there's no Maximum Tune 6R, because on their website, somewhere, I had it before. Do I have to go find it again? No, I don't. Here it is. On their website, it has, well, I love how here it's Maximum Tune in capitals. Where that's all capitals, because that's how it's like written here, right? So let's have a look. This is just an FAQ. Okay, well, anyways, so yeah, it's quite funny that they haven't updated it, because again, this is Japan, right? This is Japan only. Thank you for your continued support for Wangan Midnight Maximum Tune. So why this isn't calling it by its name 6RR is interesting. We have recently confirmed that some players made unnatural rank up by our unintended methods. By our unintended methods. So Oishimayo. Is there any possibility Namco would take action about this bug? Because I just done mine a couple of days ago. Look, to be honest, yes, I reckon you'll just get deranked. Because they'll look at how many ghost wins you have versus how many coins you have versus how many story wins you have, and they'll just do a simple calculation of, you know, should you be here? No. Why are you here so often? And it's not going to be hard to say, like, hey, your Hexa S, let's have a look. They'll just take a bunch of Hexa S's and do an audit, which wouldn't, like, do anything. Like, sorry, which wouldn't be too hard, right? It is literally an Excel calculation, which, by the way, you know, it's not the first time Bandai Namco has been hacked and got something on Excel, right? That would break renames too. Yes, it would. It's not possible due to pre-maxi-tune for the data transfer. Correct. But what they can look at, right, is people with the low kilometers and low win records to then see if they're Hexa S. And it's not hard to do that, because the calculation there is just if, for argument's sake, if I was doing this in Excel, if Penta S equals cell less than 500 stars, less than 500 kilometers, you know, it's not hard. Like, it's a literal fucking pivot table. It's just like, show me the data. Now let's break it down. Now let's unfilter everything. These people have broken the rules. Like, it's literal data engineering. It's not hard. But unless they want to Holocaust renames in the process, they want to catch a few edge cases that have real Penta. Yeah, but the problem is the people that real Penta S's, we're probably not looking under first rates, right? We're probably looking for more like story. We're looking at a bunch of others. It's more of like, you know, do these people have under like 1 million kilometers? Because I find it really hard that like people with Hexa S's will have less than 10,000 kilometers to their name, right? Like, if you have a legitimate Hexa S with less than 10,000 kilometers, then fuck. Osuisa bad game. Osuisa bad game. Everyone's saying it's fake. Yeah, probably. But we're going through why it's fake, right? Or why we think it's fake. Because unfortunately, we have to treat this as real because it has Bandai Namco Amusement Incorporated labeled on it, as well as DXMT. Which is, you know, kind of a no-no because you're kind of branding yourself over a brand, and Bandai Namco like to fuck things up, right? The player's rank goes up faster than we expect from the number of their gameplay. The player's rank goes up faster than it is expected from their number of gameplays. Oh, sorry, I just joined. I see. Yeah, no dramas. It's cool. It's cool. Thanks for joining. Thanks for helping out. This method may cause damage to the game, which will affect the game operation, which I've just stated before. It may also reduce other players' motivation and lead to a decline in revenue. Now, these two sentences here, I believe that the first one should have just applied. The second one, not so much. The fact that like it says and lead to a decline in revenue, to be honest, like, it's let's have a look. So it doesn't have terms of services. Bandai Namco Amusement Incorporated. There's no C there. Okay. I'm very surprised that there's no like terms and conditions of use, right? Actually, there's not even a sitemap. Interesting. what if Filski? What is even this rank up bug? How is it a thing? Does the game just rank you up naturally than faster it should? Yeah. So what happens, Filski, is that there's an exploit in the game that every time you do it, you get two. I think it's two ranks up automatically, straight up. Doesn't even like blink an eye, right? You go in, you do this thing, you get 2 ranks. You do it a bunch of times, you're at Penta S already, and then you're at Hexa S, and you've done literally nothing, right? It's Justin from the future. Oh, sure, it's possible, honestly. Just think about if it was possible, DXMT wouldn't be the reason they do it. They've known about it for 2, maybe 3 years in Japan. I wonder why they haven't taken action in that case. It's because the people in Japan, so one thing that I've noticed about anyone in Japan at all, ever, anywhere, is that Japanese people are quite honorable. They are honorable to a fucking T. Like if they wrong you, they are very fucking sorry. They have a lot of pride in doing things correctly. They have a lot of pride in, you know, doing the right thing. And especially because like it's an achievement to do this, they look at people that do this exploit in a very dirty fucking way. Considering that these people do not like hard ram battles and they like things on merit and on skill, right? They look at something like this like it's fucking the pits. Like if you brought a fucking Hexa S bloody like GTR, right, as like a fucking Guaylo white boy gaijin coming into the fucking arcade with a big dick and a fucking locker, swinging around, going, look at my fucking Hexa S bitches, jumping in, and they see like 500 kilometers. They're gonna be like, what the fuck, these Guaylo gaijin? What the fuck, no man? Fucking hell, you big dick and a locker boy, gonna fuck you up wrong, no fucking do man. Right? They don't like it, straight up. Like my time in Japan, I blocked like 4 people and they were like, fucking Doma, fucking Kuso, what you doing? Doma, get the fuck out. And I was like, whoa, Jesus. I didn't know the Vietnamese in here. Fucking Doma. But
Hello, you confirm.
Hello, Muggy.
hello, Jimmy Jam.
Yes,
Jimmy155. Welcome.
I don't have much time, so I will make it quick.
Go. So 155, please.
yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so the document is actually a real document from Namco.
Really?
But,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but one thing that I probably recommend even Alan to do is remove it ASAP, because that's actually classified internal information. So he's potentially in quite a risky spot.
So what you're saying to me is that I should do this and get my snippet tool out. There's my snippet tool. Snippy. There we go.
Windows Shift S.
Snippy. And then I should do this. And then I should do this. Yeah, boy. And I have saved.
But yeah, it's a internal email that got sent. I think I don't know whether it was yesterday or today or whatever, but it's meant to be for internal use only.
Right. Okay. So you're saying to me that it's legitimate.
Oh yeah. The email's legit.
The email is legit, or this particular document is legit?
That is part of the document. There are second part of it. Okay, but basically it's not meant to be for public viewing.
Right.
It's meant to be for RK.
Yep.
Their staff and technician, not even staff. It's basically owners and technician only.
Okay. And so where's this source of information coming from, good sir? Like where is your?
So someone that works quite high in the RK industry in Australia.
Is it Alan?
No. Way above it.
Is it?
It's different franchisee.
Is it
to time zone?
Is it Bridgie?
Cannot.
All right. It's the upper.
Someone from Zach's Amusement.
Ah, cool. All right, fair enough. Everyone's saying it's Ollie Croc.
Oh, cannot. But yeah, it's definitely a legit document, but it's not the full document. It is a part of the document. But either way, it's something that shouldn't be released to public, to share with everyone.
Cool. So when you say it's part of a document, are you able to let us know what the other part of the document pertained to?
It's just a typical Japanese BS, really.
As in, like, is it just Like how
We will
is it?
do something.
What are they going to do?
Something, I don't know. But
What-
it's just one of those. It's just a typical corporate document. It's nothing
Okay.
essential.
Okay, well, there you go. There you go. From Jimmy155, he has confirmed that this is a legitimate document. Legitimate. And there's something going on in the background that will happen or won't happen, maybe. Will or won't?
To be honest, it's I doubt it, but they probably will patch the bug, or they will try to, because the bug's been around for many years.
Yeah.
It's just Japan were able to let it flow under the radar because there weren't that many people that knew how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So there has been a lot of these high-graded data floating around, but no one knew it. But then,
Okay.
but yeah, in the recent month, I guess things got spread a lot quicker in international and sort of got out of hand, I guess. So yeah.
So do you think there's going to be any criminal investigations that are from this? Because considering that people have been messing with official Maxi-Tune and Bandai Namco, I would say, machinery, right? Because the machines aren't technically owned by the arcade. Do you reckon Bandai Namco would launch any investigation into people abusing this?
No. Okay, so arcade machine are owned by the arcade now.
Are they? Really? Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So basically, after MT4, arcade got forced to buy the machines.
Oh, wow.
So they're all owned by arcade owners. So as an individual action, it would be depending on the arcade's discretion, really,
Okay.
if they want to do something. If not, they're not going to do anything. Namco side of things, I would say worst case scenario, they probably remove the data, but that's the worst case scenario, which I doubt. Most likely they would try to derank it, but even that's kind of hard because I don't think anyone is going to be really making a separate script to run every single data on international to find whether there is a abnormal amount of a certain ghost win to a race amount, and then they because it's not just the ghost wins and stuff like that. It's every single stat. So story mode, stars, everything needs to be calculated. And then you also have a rename data from
easy
pre-MT4.
That is easy script. Easy
script.
But
even that, there is like rename data from pre-MT4, which they didn't really do anything about it either way.
No,
so it's either they probably will patch it and they will just let whatever available now to slide.
Okay.
That's I think what they will probably do.
Okay, so what you're saying to me is that I should hex my cars ASAP.
At your own risk, really.
Okay, yep. Okay, that's
for people that don't really care, I guess go ahead and do it. It's just a matter of those things, it's whatever. It's just like having a rename data from 3DX Plus to and transferring into 4 and claiming as your legit data, right? It's no different to that. So it's really up to your own discretion. If you really care about the game and you want to be the one and only legit person in the world to have a hexa data, do your own thing. Spend bucket load of money into it and do what you like.
Yep.
Or like some people, if they want to take a shortcut, take the advantage of the bug, go ahead and do it. It's do at your own risk.
Okay.
If you get penalized for it, you get penalized for it.
Are you going to do it, Jimmy?
Oh, well, I don't know. Although my FD data has been around since MT1.
Yeah.
I did have a sentimental value to it, but again, I haven't made this public, but technically I already sold my data.
You sold your data?
Yeah, technically. Yeah,
you sold payment plan. You sold your data?
Yes.
Isn't that against terms and conditions?
Oh.
Of the Bandai Namco terms and conditions, Jimmy155 selling his data against Jimmy.
Oh well,
Jimmy,
just like selling my WoW account.
Jimmy.
Yeah, my WoW account's for
That's like-
sale for 15 grand. So there you go.
Jesus, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm appalled that you would ever stoop so low to break terms
But
and
again,
conditions.
it's one of those things. Like, basically, any of the OBs already sold the data, moved on. Eagle's already sold his data,
Yeah.
moved on.
So who'd you
Jeremy's, I think, trying to sell the data.
Who'd you sell it to? Who'd you sell it to?
I won't disclose the name until the full transaction is done. But it's on a payment plan at the moment as we speak. So
is it Ollie Croc?
the data doesn't get hand over until it's fully paid off.
Is it Ollie Croc?
No.
Is it another guy that like lied about all his friends and family and made that apology, and then I made an apology for that?
That sounds familiar, but no, it's not.
Ah, damn it.
No, it's
Is it Alan? Is it Alan?
No, definitely not. If he buys it, it's not going to be legit, right? So
okay, it's not. It's definitely Alan, isn't it? Like
no, never. He would never do that.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Jimmy, for clarifying that.
He's too proud of himself.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We also have another. Oh no, he left. Oh, sorry, Luke.
Yeah, Luke Hall.
All right. Yeah, so we have Oishimayo. If this is legit, did Alan made himself report to Bandai Namco? Rumors that he made many fake emails just to spam the report to get noticed to Bandai Namco. Ooh.
It's possible, but at the same time,
that's very interesting.
Namco actually knew about the bug prior. Like they made a Japanese app post, I think, sometime last year about them knowing about the bug.
Yeah.
So it's not like they didn't know; they knew it. It's just that they technically don't really have the way to fix it yet, or maybe they found a way to do it, or I don't know. Okay. But obviously, things got spread way too fast in international.
Yeah.
So
it's
going to get caught attention straight away either way.
So we have Big Beef Man 73. How does one do the bug? Okay, so how to do the bug? You go into the Bandai Namco website, into your account. You press the delete account button, and then as you press it, you shut off your PC at the same time. That's how it works. Don't quote me on this though.
And as Jimmy said, at your own risk.
At your own risk.
Yep.
Yeah. So you'll know if it works if you're XS. I mean, next time you boot up your game, and if it doesn't work, that's at your risk. Oh God. But yeah,
everything is always at your own risk.
Yeah. But so, Jimmy, let me ask you this question, mate. Right? Does this point to a bigger issue with the game? Does this point to the fact that Maxi-Tune and Bandai Namco have done the community so dirty during each of its releases that a lot of players are just sick and tired of playing the game and just want quick wins? Or are we just that toxic that we'll take anything that comes our way and abuse the shit out of it?
Well, okay. I think it's fair that any game has its own bug or glitch or whatever, and people's always going to abuse about it. But it's really up to the gaming company to actually patch it out or fix it, right? So, it's not like it's basically just imagine like a banking app that gives you free money. Like, who's not going to abuse that, right? So it's the same thing. Like, if it's either they need to fix it when they are aware of it, or if someone brings up attention, they need to fix it ASAP. Don't let it drag on forever. And in terms of player getting sick of the game, well, if you look at the game, in general, it's been on decline for God knows how many years. Like a lot of people are not. Well, a lot of people might come back on a new expansion as such, but then again, they will stop playing again. The game itself has not changed. It hasn't evolved in a positive direction. It's just the same old thing that being rinse and repeat, nothing new. And I've been saying to people that 6R was a patch of 6. 6RR should have been a game that's completely different to 6 or 6R to make people go, okay, the new devs are capable of making a good game. But so far, not I'm getting the confidence that I want to see. So if things doesn't change by the next sequel, I think this game's gonna die really, really hard.
So do you think like with MaxiTune like 7, right? Or you know, if the way that
6 triple R.
well 6 triple or even 6 triple R DX, right? Because DX stands for deluxe in the Japanese culture.
Oh, yeah, true.
Right. So do you think that let me rephrase this question. What do you think needs to come back or needs to come out to make this game viably playable again? Because like the way that I look at it is that the pay for play system on MaxiTune is a big kick in the fucking balls. Like I'm pissed off when I have to buy a fucking game and then I have to buy the expansion to the game because apparently the game was incomplete and there's a paywall behind it that goes, hey, what's going on? If you want to get to this next island that you kind of need, you're gonna have to buy into that. Thanks.
Okay, so what I would say is like, okay, and basically do what every gaming, like computer, like PC gaming industry do, like just copy from other franchises that actually are working well. So in Namco's case, just copy what Sega's doing with their, Initial D. It's simple as that. Like, Initial D is doing so fucking well that Namco could literally copy everything that Sega is doing, and that will bring, like, it will change the whole game.
But like, what do you think needs to be copied? Do you think the character avatar? Do you think anime titties? Like, what do you want? What are you looking at?
Well, character avatar, that's definitely gonna work. Okay, like Sega, well, Initial D already had the
Anime titties.
Well, anime titties, but yeah, but that I don't think that's gonna work with some oceanic countries, so probably not. But
Yeah, true.
but like, for example, even simple thing as body kit that people loves, right? Initial D already had the perfect system where you can custom change front bumper, rear bumper, side skirt, everything, every bumper part you can actually modify into different kit. Not like an MT where you have to stick to arrow A, arrow B, C, whatever.
Yeah,
like interchangeable,
Okay. So kind of like
small thing like that.
So kind of like with the wings, you can change the front bar. Yeah. Okay. So rather than have full arrow set sets, you have the different arrow set components for each of the particular areas that you can then put on, but then customize as you will. So you can use some of A, some of B, some of C. Okay, fair enough.
Well, that's small part, but like small things like that actually sort of brings uniqueness into the game, and sort of not everyone is using the same sort of look-alike card, right? At least you can sort of do your own shit. So that kind of stuff I think is kind of cool. Like, and that's the thing, like Namco, MT has perfect terminal system, so why don't they just utilize it? That's something that it can be done so easily. Even doing like a regular events, like MaxiTune just doesn't do enough events.
You know what I really enjoyed and what I really liked?
OCM?
No. Not from MaxiTune. Do you remember when Tekken came out and they had the Tekken cabinet that had a screen on top that showed you the international battles?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? Yeah. I'd like something like that, because when you're waiting or when you're trying to look for a game or when you're just doing whatever, right? If you have that on a screen showing people from around the world, hey man, that's pretty fucking cool. Like, you have the Ghost Starter to begin with. You can just amalgamate those into a single battle and play it online. Honestly, like when I was watching Tekken, I was like, fuck, there's people playing online? I'm like, this is fucking cool. It's pretty sick.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. There are a lot of things that can be done to improve the game, but it's just, I don't know why they don't do it. That they had every opportunity to do it.
But the thing is, it's the financial cost to associate the infrastructure with, right? It's why should we spend a sunk cost on this for arcades to buy that don't generally give us a bunch of revenue, right? Like, it's more of like, let's provide updates to the bare minimum, try to make it seem like it's new without actually it being new. So obviously with the cross-platform and the different companies of like Sega and Initial D, right, you'd have to employ devs to do the work. They'd have to, you know, do all this other stuff. Whereas they already have everything there ready to go. They're just literally slapping a reset on it and going, here's new content. You can do all this again.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, it's, I don't know. After being playing for how many years now? Jesus.
10?
No, way longer than that.
12?
7.
7. It's 7, isn't it?
No, it's probably more.
17, sir.
Yeah, about 17 years.
Ah, you live dangerously.
Jesus Christ, I'm old.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, been playing for this long, and you know, you don't get the hype of new sequel when it comes out anymore, because you know it's going to be the same shit over and over. So,
well, I mean,
yeah.
I remember when Maxi Tune 3 came out with fucking Nagoya. Sorry,
that was great.
So 3 went to 3DX and Nagoya came out, and we were kind of like, okay, this is fucking cool. And then what was DX Plus's update?
I can't remember. Like 3, I remember MT3 was like first thing you got was dress up, which made people go, "Oh wow, great!"
Yeah.
And then you had Osaka, I think.
Yes, that's
was it
right.
Osaka, yeah, Osaka
that's right.
as a new map. Then you had Nagoya eventually.
Yep. Then
And
Fukuoka.
then Fukuoka, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Fuko was 3DX Plus. That's it.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. But yeah, I mean, but you also look at it and go, you know, between Maxi Tune 2 and Maxi Tune 3, right? You lost that huge fucking map of death. Right? So you know, Namco looked at that and was like, well, there's an opportunity for us to make money here. Let's just cut this out. And, you know, one thing I do miss though, and this is for all the oldies out there, is picking what ramp you fucking start at.
Oh,
I miss that because I hate fucking playing C1 and then getting C1 inward and going, motherfucker. Or, you know, playing Asaka. Well, Asaka, did Asaka have a new start? No, Osaka had the one.
Osaka's always the same start.
That's right.
Yeah, it's always the same start line.
Hakone, whether going in or out, you're like, fuck, I don't get to choose this time, right? New Belt line, another one. Either going counterclockwise or clockwise, and everyone likes, you know, counterclockwise, but you get clockwise and you're like, fucking doorman.
Yeah, you got to go 800 and whatever the maximum horsepower is.
Yeah, that's right. It's a big fucking coin flip. Yeah.
Yeah.
What other maps were there? There's Yokohama, Yokohane, Wangan even. Wangan fucking west. You're like, fucking doorman. There's a long fucking race. Fucking straight
like,
central.
Yeah, like there are features that I think shouldn't have been removed. For example, like reverse map on Versus. I think that was dumb move to remove it. Like they could just keep it there. It was fun.
Yep.
I think majority of people that actually played reverse actually would say that it was actually quite fun because it's more refreshing because you're not playing the same map over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So reverse. Great.
Thank you.
Great.
155 started when I was 5. I'm 22. Yeah, pretty much. Basically, majority of people that are probably, you know, in 20s, you were still very, very infant. So some people might not be even born.
It's true.
So,
it's true.
Yeah, I've been around for a long time.
We also have another joiner here, Lachlan. Lachlan, introduce yourself, mate. Say hello to the people out there.
Oh, wait, are you fucking streaming?
Yeah.
He's streaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're talking about the email that Alan posted. That
Definitely fake.
No, it's real.
No, it's legit. It's legit.
Wait, it's actually real.
Yeah, I checked it. Yeah, like I checked it with people that I know, and it's legit email, but it's something that shouldn't have been leaked to the public.
Who knows people?
I know people, man.
I'm pretty sure legality-wise, you're not supposed to.
No, well, it's internal.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's internal memo. It's not to be leaked. You know, so. But yeah,
but now
it is what it is.
It's not meant to be leaked. Ergo streamed.
Oh well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Hey, I didn't.
Well, every
post
action has its own, consequences, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't have come out to begin with, and fair enough. It could have come out from Time Zone Australia directly as a post, but someone tried to make a bit of profit against it, and here we are.
Profit or flex, I don't know. Or, just want to show that he's got his way, but then it's not the correct way, I guess.
Lockie, what do you feel about Maxi right now and the whole Hexa glitch? Like, do you have any feelings towards it? Do you not care? Do you not give a toss?
I'm finding the drama about it just an absolute shit show, and it's absolutely hilarious.
Tell me about it. Tell me what shit show has gone, because I've not paid attention to anything, right? So, what shit show has gone on that you understand of?
Basically, FkNSRS glitch was found, from my understanding, that it's been in Japan for quite a long time. Alan found out about it, he's having a shit stir, and basically, apparently that's ruining the game. From how I see it, it's, there can be some backlash, but it's already in a grey area.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that with the FkNSRS glitch being a thing, all renames now are basically worthless. Except for ones that, say, have gold plates, where that's already a grey area in itself, because obviously
Whoa.
trading data for money.
Whoa. Don't bring gold plates into this, mate. All right? I have my one gold plate. Leave me alone.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Like the only renames that are even worth anything now are the one with the OCM gold plates. Other than that, all renames are basically worthless with that glitch in existence.
Okay, rename again, but like rename has different value to it. Like, because okay, maybe it has dropped some value, but at the same time, people buy those data not just because of the rank, but they buy for the amount of stars it's got, the mileage in some cases. So like, yeah, like for example, like, EJ has like 200,000 star. What's 200? No, it's probably more than that.
Oh, the
What's
one
like-
I recently sold.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like they're all over 100,000, and all of them are like the top tier ones that you can find.
Yeah, so
And-
like he sold one of the probably best high stat rename data. Those are actually worth quite a lot, because actually it's hard to obtain. It used to be quite cheap, but it's hard to obtain nowadays. So
people actually pay a lot of money for it because it's collectible, it's sought after, and it's like supply and demand. Like there's not enough supply, there's a lot of demand, and a lot of people want it. So I'm gonna go get some water. So Jimmy and Mikey can continue. I'll be back.
Yeah, it's cool. So yeah, all right. So essentially, there's a big fucking dumpster fire that some people have created. My initial question here is, how did Australia and how did the rest of the Western world find out about this glitch? Like, that's my question. And why did it spiral out of control? Like, I think if we understand that, we can understand the business model and mentality of what Bandai Namco should be aiming for, rather than what actually is, right? So, as far as I know, and from what I've seen, is someone's like, hey, we found this glitch, we're gonna do it, and then they did it, and they're like, holy shit, we did it! And then a group of people found out, and they were like, holy shit, it works! And then another person found out and was like, hey, Alan, this works! And he's like, Fknakuma, okay, I'll show everyone now. Pay me now. Now, I know that there was a post. And some of the chat people in Twitch and YouTube have have confirmed this, that Alan was stating that he was going to do it for them for money. Is this...
No, I think the whole story is a little bit different. So, okay, so some people found out about the bug from Japanese players. They tried it worked, and then they posted something, and then Alan got curious and started investigating, and then start digging more and more, and basically, as a typical fashion, he got salty, and then starts throwing BSs, and then eventually spiral into him making a video about how to do it, and then he deleted the video.
Hang on. Was there a video of him how to do it?
I think so, but I wasn't sure. But I heard about it. But I think that video got taken down, or he took down, or I don't know, he deleted or whatever.
Okay.
So there were bits and pieces. So, and then someone made a fake Facebook account, and then start posting about how to do it. basically trying to, we probably know who did that, but it is what it is, and
Okay.
I have someone that's actually investigating into that anyway. So that's that. Yeah. So, basically trying to defame my team. So fine.
Which
okay.
Which team's that?
DSM, bro. DSM.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, so if they want to defame, I will use my method to proper grown-up things that needs to be done.
Yakuza boss Jimmy do it.
No, that's the thing.
Bringing the big guns out.
No, it's not big guns. It's just a matter of some people do things childishly, and they're gonna backfire, really, really hard.
Okay.
I'm gonna approach things the adult way and do it properly.
And so that's with whips and chains.
Well, yeah. When you gotta stab someone, you gotta stab in one hit, right?
Well, man.
You can't just jab it.
Whoa. We're not talking about stabbing. We're talking about kinks here. Okay,
or poking. Okay, fine.
Poking. Okay, right. If you poke someone in the ass once, you poke them right back.
Yep.
So the way that I understand this is that Alan is the progenitor of this whole fiasco.
Well, I would say, yeah, he would be the main person. But that's the thing, who cares really? How bored is boring is your life to care this much about gaming bug or care about that much about a game?
Oh,
it's so
well. You could say the same thing about League of Legends in every game that has a bug and exploit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you find a game-breaking bug on your main character that could pretty much kill people in one hit, you'd be like, "Fuck it, I'm exploiting the shit out of this and climbing rank." Right?
Yeah. But they're gonna patch it in the following day, right?
Yeah,
or probably 2 days.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fair. But they have the money to do that. That's the thing. Bandai Namco look at Maximum Tune and go, It's floundering. It's making money, I suppose. I mean, probably not as much as Initial D in Japan, but still, Initial D in the Western world's kind of, non-existent, right? But look, if there wasn't Maximum Tune in the Western world, what would take over? Nothing. So there's a big hole for them to fill in that brings any sort of driving game.
But when you think about it, even when you say Western world, it's not really even Western world because there's no European country that actually has Max Tune, right? Maybe back in Max Tune 3 days, yeah, there were probably bits and pieces, but nowadays it doesn't exist. It's only Oceanic.
That's right.
And
North
NA.
America.
That's pretty much it.
Asia.
Oceanic in general, just basically Asian country and us. That's it, right? So it's not a big player base, but then again, every arcade game is pretty much in the same racing game is in the same boat. You have the Initial D, you have Sega Rally, maybe. No, actually, that's kind of small now. It's niche nowadays.
Daytona?
You had Battle Gear back in the day. Daytona, that's big everywhere, I guess. That's probably the biggest racing game when you think about it.
Yeah. I think that's the game that started it all, the arcades, right?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the missed revenue that Namco has missed out on, right? And let's be frank and honest, these people that have done the FkNSRS glitch have stolen, thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars from Namco, right? So based on that, would you think that Namco would try to make a statement to these people, or at least a statement to begin with?
To begin with, they can't really do much in terms of legal action apart from just taking away the player data.
Well, you can open up you can open up an investigation because it's obtaining advantage by financial deception, something, I don't know. But there's a way. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a way. There is a crime against that.
Yeah.
And at least in Victoria, if you decide to scam your way to do this, there is a legal ramification for it.
True. But if the action wasn't performed in Australia,
then that's subject to the laws of the particular area, right? But what you can do is open investigations with that. But again, it requires time and effort that I don't think will, be spent.
Which
So,
I don't think anyone is going to waste that much money and power to do it.
Honestly, it's just easier for them to go delete, have fun.
Yep, they can just do that, which is the easiest and quickest, most efficient way. And I think that's the only way Japanese would do their sort of business running in.
Yeah, if you've violated your terms and services of your Namco Bandai Passport ID, we have saw fit to terminate your account. Have fun with that. Bye.
Pretty much.
Hang on. I've got it.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got to use my soundboard. Yay.
Okay. But yeah, as someone in the YouTube chat just said, the bug has been around in Japan for a very long time. It's just it was under the radar because it wasn't known by that many people. It's been happening for a very long time. It's just it was very minimal amount of people doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of spread quickly in international in a short amount of time, got a bit more attention. But yeah, it's not anyone in particular that managed to get Namco's attention, because Namco actually released a post on the Japanese app about the potential bug last year.
Yep.
So
my question to you, Jimmy, is this.
Mhm.
Do you or do you not know anyone that has officially abused this bug?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
You know people?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. And what do you think of these people?
Oh, whatever.
Yeah,
Like I said,
whatever.
do it at your own risk. Okay, like, we know it's possible that something could happen in a worst case scenario. They did it, they know it, they can accept the consequence. So, okay, only people that will whine is the people that can't accept the consequences. So basically, those people deserve to get banned if, they get banned, right?
Okay, so do you
Some
think
people that,
So, okay, fair enough. Like, I think we're in agreement that, like, if you use this bug, at your own leisure, right? And if you get banned, you get banned, or if you get your data deleted, you get your data deleted, whatever, right? But what about those people that are actually trying to get Hexa S? Like, what do you have any wise words for them in the face of all this debacle?
What, people that try to get it legit?
Yeah.
Well, just keep on trying then.
Yeah.
It's not, because at the end of the day, if you have a mindset that you want to do it legit, you're still going to do it legit, right? So just keep on doing what you like to do, and just keep on spending money that you want to spend. It's none of anyone's business except for their business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they can keep on doing it.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
like Zion, I think he's still grinding story. I don't know how many loop he's on, but he's still grinding. Good on him.
Yeah, good man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Goddamn sauce.
Lucky. What about you? Do you have any wise words for people out there that are actually trying their heart out to get XRS, or are you just like fucking Dorma?
Oh, fucking Dorma, quit wasting your money and get yourself a high rank right now. Probably cheaper.
True. EJ, do you got anything to add there?
Honestly, like, it's really comparable to, like, what Jimmy was explaining, like a bug in a game. Like, I used to play a game called Combat Arms, and there's a game mode where you can actually, like, draw out the time, or, play a specific way to get more EXP and GP, and that's how you rank up faster. And everyone and the mum and the dad and the dog and the cousin did it, and you know what they did? They were just like, okay guys, don't do it again. And then everyone's just like, oh, okay. And then, yeah, everyone just forgot about it. No one, like, a few people had to cry about it, but it's always do it at your own risk. I played that game for like almost like 11, 12 years. I haven't faced any consequences, but maybe one day when they go back on their word and be like, hey, we noticed you did this back in 2009. That's wrong. We're going to ban your account. This is
the thing, right? I think any game, if there's a bug, people is always gonna try it or whatever. And like, even with myself, right? When I was playing, DayZ, for example, I actually bugged the game so hard I actually wiped the whole server by accident.
Oh, God.
No.
yeah, so it's just one of those. I sometimes do find shit around that to entertain myself, really. But yeah, people that want to glitch it, they can keep on glitching it. I think fine with that. And like anime fan for one just said, I'm going to FkNSRS and I'd rather do it the right way. Do it,
Yeah, good man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like same with my FD, right? My FD is doing it legit, no matter what, or I have to. And I'm not in rush to do it legit. I just got to do it over time. So same thing. Like if you want to do it legit, you do it legit. If you don't want to do legit and take shortcut, do it at your own risk.
Exactly, and it's like it comes to the same thing. Like, because I work in a banking environment, I see how some people spend their money, but in my line of work, I need to be impartial. So for me, I don't care how people spend their money. Just the same way, I don't care how people play the game, whether they want to glitch the rank or if they want to spend tens and thousands of dollars into the game just to get a rank. If that makes them happy and that's what they want, they can do it. Like, I have no qualms, and if someone wants to go, oh, I found this bug and I can go from C rank to FkNSRS in like 4 months. Okay,
Yeah.
good for you. Go do it.
Also, one thing that I think people should be aware is that this bug is not giving anyone an advantage. It's because it's not. We shouldn't be giving anyone else a unfair advantage to demoralize you from playing the game, because it's not affecting you, because you still play the game as you intended. No one's disrupting you from playing the game. Right?
Jimmy, you need to understand, the higher your rank, supposedly, the better you are at the game, and people will think, oh my god, it's FkNSRS.
That's
number one player.
That's stroking your own ego. It's not true, because I can make a fresh FD and do a time attack and get number one, right? What? That's no different to me using my what's call it, like I don't even know what's the rainbow color shit.
Here's the question. Here's the question. If Alan said to you, hey, can you do a time attack on my FD and get number one rank, right? Would you do it?
I would not do it.
Why? You're stroking your own ego. You're stroking your own ego.
No, well, because the time attack is really based on your personal skill. So if I do it for you, it doesn't represent your own skill, right? So it's not really, because the time attack is reflection of your skill, your capability. So actually, someone asked me on YouTube the other day to ask me to do time attack for them, and I'm like, what's the point? It's not your time; it's my time if I do it for you. So it doesn't reflect your own skill. Like, you can probably make up bullshit around your friends and say, oh, I did it, but then if you can't replicate it, people will know that you didn't do it.
But it's on my car, and therefore I did it.
Yeah.
I'm FkNSRS and I got it legitimate. Fight me, bro. 1v1.
Yeah.
1v1 Osaka.
But then are you going to go through that? I did it legit because of this, and that reason. Like,
No. I don't have to prove it to you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Round of applause, Mike. Yeah. Does your boss care? Probably not.
That's that's sort of hurting your own pride, if you have any, I guess.
Oh, well, those who do the FkNSRS glitch, yeah. As you've heard from Jimmy, you're scum.
Yep, you're scum. But like, that's the thing.
But that's the thing. If you like being scum, that's you.
Twat. As some people call it. No, but like, at the end, like, people that do it, just do at your own risk. Who cares? Let people that doesn't do it, and people that don't want to do it, don't do it.
Oh, we have DXMT, love heart face.
Yeah.
We appreciate.
Oh no. Anyways.
Well, anyways, thanks for joining us, everyone. It's been really good to finally have a catch up and check out. But also, thanks, Jimmy, for confirming that is an official document that we have come to understand and realize that it's a real thing. But yeah, I guess that closes the chapter in this one. Despite all, the flaws of the bad English and whatnot, Jimmy has confirmed that is a real living document. And for those of you that want to exploit the Hexa S trick, good luck. I have no idea how to do it, and I'm not going to tell you how you're going to do it. I don't think anyone will tell you how to do it, considering that the risks and ramifications are, quite large, if anything. You may risk losing your data, but you also may risk, being a scumbag, right? Guys, any final words from you? EJ, start us off. Any final words?
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you for hosting this podcast. I actually really enjoy this being our catch-up session because, I see you once every 3 years, and we all have our lives. Yeah, so, it's nice to, sort of connect again with the MT community. As you said, people come and go from the game. I don't play. I play I come out and then play for a bit. Oh, it's a new version. I play for a few games, a few months, and then okay, back to my real life. Oh no, I have a job. Oh no, I have responsibilities, and then forget about it.
Cool. Thank you, EJ. Jimmy, do you want to go next? Some final words to go on.
Well, have fun. Who cares about other people's opinion? Just do what you like to do. It's don't give too much shit about other people's opinion. Just do what you want to do and you like to do, and do it at your own way, right? And just have fun.
Cool. Thanks, Jimmy. And Lucky, someone that I haven't seen in so very long. Any last words from you?
Oh fuck, I don't know. Bloody nobody gives a shit. Just do what you feel like you want to have fun with in the game, regardless if it's exploiting or doing story the legit, quote unquote, legitimate way, or TAing or ghosting or battling. Just play how you want to play. Have fun with it.
Cool. Thanks, Lucky. And final words from me. Honestly, guys, play the way you want to play. Pick the car you want to pick. Don't really care about what others, pick and choose and all what. Because at the end of the day, the person that has to deal with the consequences is you. If you like the GDR32, play the GDR32. If you like the Stagia, pick the fucking Stagia. If you like the Subaru WRXs, pick a Subaru fucking WRX. At the end of the day, you're not going to have as much fun playing someone else's car as you will when you have your own car. And that's something that you're going to have to learn, in the future with everything, not only, maximum tune, but with life and everything, right? So, comes all the way from pens to laptops to cars to, bloody advertising games like Skyrim or, Pokemon or whatnot. It all really depends on, how you enjoy the game. Your choices are your choices, and don't really rely on other people to make that decision for you, because ultimately it's your game. So if you enjoy playing time attack, if you enjoy playing story mode, if you enjoy playing fucking ghost battles or battling other people, and you just want to have a good fucking time, go out, do it. Don't listen to anyone else. If they're trying to bring you down, tell them to fuck off. Politely, mind you. But, that's it. And just try to find some like-minded people that enjoy the game just as much as you do, that challenge you in a way that you haven't been challenged before, but also, that are, nice and can actually build you up rather than pull you down. And I mean, that's at the heart of what we have here, right? Is that we've got a group of guys around the world playing the game, having fun, and essentially it's the bond that connects us all, despite us, having different lives and being pulled in different fucking directions left, right, and center. I've known EJ for a bit. He turned out to be a little bit of a shit at the start, and then he smartened up and became a good guy. Jimmy 155 has been the most toxic guy in the world, but I still love him because he's old and he's a grandpa.
You. Love hard.
And we've got Lucky is probably just as toxic as me in probably everything he does. And if you ever play DBD, Lucky, let me know, because you'd love to be fucking toxic in that game. I'm toxic 100% of the time. There's a saying that I live by. Yeah, there's a thing that I live by. Toxic 100% of the time, or none of the time. There is no fucking matter. There's only yes or no. There's no in between. So.
No, the only thing I get toxic now is Yu-Gi-Oh. That's about it.
Oh, don't start that. Don't start that. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining. I really appreciate all 21 plus 15 is 36 of you jumping in. Also, fuck, I was going to say fuck Steven Snook, but it's actually Leah Snook. So fuck Leah Snook, fucking stealing all my shit, being a, pain in my fucking ass, fuck Miss Star. Yeah. Stay positive. Jane.